Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Okay, so new topic today. Today we're going to do Ism Isyarah. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so Ism Isyarah is pointer fragment, like when we say isyarat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pointer fragment. So it's like this and that. So I can say this house, that bag, okay, that kind of fragments.
Mm-hmm.
And in Arabic, they are called Ism Isyarah. And the thing that it's pointing to will be called the Musharun Ilaihi. Okay. We don't
Yeah.
have to remember so much this one, the second term, because
Mm-hmm.
we won't be using it in Iraab. Okay, but you will see this term in like textbooks and so on, but not really in Iraab. In Iraab, we will call it something else. Okay.
All right.
So, like any ism, the pointer words will have four properties. The type is always proper. Okay, it's one of the seven reasons on why a word is proper, right? The default for a word is common unless there's reasons to make it proper. So the type for Ism Isyarah is always proper, and then
Mm-hmm.
the number and gender goes by the meaning, and the status is told by its role in the sentence. What is it doing in the sentence? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, so we have this chart. Okay. So it's divided into near and far. Okay. All the ones that starts with ha is your near one. Okay, meaning like this. Not that, but this, basically. Okay. Then we have the masculine version, the top one, masculine, singular, dual, plural,
Mm-hmm.
masculine, feminine. All these are near. Okay, so hadha, masculine one. Hadhani, masculine two. Haula, masculine plural. Okay. Hadhi is the feminine version. Then we have hatani and haulai is the
Mm-hmm.
feminine plural. So basically the feminine and masculine plural the same. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the for the far one, so that masculine dhalika,
Mm-hmm.
feminine is tilka. Okay. Then the
Mm-hmm.
dual is dhanika, the feminine is tanika. Okay, with a ta, not a dha. And
Mm-hmm.
then the two plural for masculine and feminine fa is ulaika. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
those. Okay,
Yep.
so so basically, if we say hadha, must be singular masculine, right? From the chart, you can see the four status: singular, masculine. Um, it can be rafa, nasab, and jar, and then it will
Mm-hmm.
be always be proper. Hold on, give me 1 second.
All right.
Sorry. Yes. Okay. So basically the singular, whether it's masculine or feminine, and the
Mm-hmm.
plural, whether it's masculine or feminine, they are rafa, nasab, and jar will be the same. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the dual, there will be a bit different. So hadani, hadaini. So it's like muslimani and muslimaini, right? It sounds
Mm-hmm.
exactly like that. And the feminine is muslimatani, so hatani. Okay, it sounds
Mm-hmm.
like tani, tiny, tiny. Okay,
Yeah.
so the duals have uh have different versions for the nasab and jar, but they are very rare anyway in the Quran, so
Mm-hmm.
don't have to worry so much about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we look at Ism Isyarah, we can
Mm-hmm.
either make a fragment or we can make a sentence. Okay, so I can say this bag is green color, right? That would be a fragment. This bag, that part. This bag is green color. This bag, that part is a fragment. Or I can say this is a bag, right? That is a sentence. Okay, so I'm using both this. So we can make fragments and we can make sentence. So in Arabic, when does it become fragment? It's when a pointer, any of this pointer, is followed by al. Okay, followed by al, and it will match in all 4 properties. Okay, so
Yep.
here we have fi hadzal hadithi. Okay, what can you tell me about here, this word? What do we have?
So of course we have the hadha, and
Okay,
then
yes.
um
Before hadha is what?
B is half of jar.
Yes, B is half of jar. So, hadha, other than being a ism isyarah, must
Mm-hmm.
also be what status?
Jar.
Yes, because B needs a ism, right? It's an ism majrur. So, hadha, even though you cannot see the jar status, right? But this is definitely jar because it's coming right after B. So, jar wa majrur. Okay? And then hadha followed by al, we get fragment or sentence?
Fragment.
Yes, fragment. And then check the status of the next word, hadithi. What status is it?
Jar.
Yes, it's jar because it must match hadha, right? Hadha
Mm-hmm.
is jar, but you cannot see. But you
Yes.
definitely can see in the next word if the next word, yeah, the status is clear. Okay? And
Yeah.
that would be the status. Number, hadha is what number? Singular, dual, or plural?
The
Word singular. What about gender?
masculine.
Uh-huh. And
Per.
proper, of course, always proper. So al-hadithi is jar.
Al-hadithi.
Mm-hmm.
Jar, masculine, proper, singular.
Yes, so basically they match, right? So it
Yep.
becomes a fragment. So it becomes in this hadith, in this speech. Okay, clear?
Yep. Yes.
And then here, this one, we have hadhihi. What's our 4 properties here?
Hadhihi, so feminine, singular,
Mm-hmm.
proper,
Mm-hmm. Status.
rafa.
We
Oh,
cannot,
nasa order.
yes, we cannot know, but we can see from the next word, right? Because we have al, we still have a fragment. So since al-hayatu is what status?
Rafa,
Yes,
uh,
so hadhihi is also
rafa.
exactly. And this is singular because you can see the ta marbuta, right? It's singular feminine. So hadhihi also singular feminine. Clear? What about
Yes.
ad-dunya? Do you still remember this?
Dunya.
Mm.
Mm,
What's the status of ad-dunya?
because the nun dunya
Mm.
nasab.
Why nasab? Because
Mm,
fathah?
dunya. Oh, no, it's not nasab, it's apa? Rafa.
Only
Eh,
rafa?
because ya ani, right?
Oh, okay. No.
No,
If
no,
it's
I cannot. Never mind.
cannot be ani because why is it light?
Yes.
Okay, that nothing is making it light. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So not ani. Other than that,
Dunya.
what does it end with? What letter?
Uh, Hamzah.
Alif, not
Alif.
Hamzah.
Alif.
Alif. So it's
Yes.
like Musa. It will always be
Mhm.
dunya. You never see dunyu, do you? Do you
No.
see dunyi? No, right?
No.
Yeah, so it's always dunya. It's like Musa. Although Musa is the alif maksura, this is a
Mhm.
standing alif, but it's still a alif maksura also. Okay, so Rafa, Nasab, and Jar will look the same also. Okay,
Mhm.
this word we've done before. This word is actually singular feminine.
Mhm.
We will look at this word again when we come to it. Okay, this is superlative word. Okay, so meaning lowest. Okay, although we translate hayatud dunya as worldly life, like worldly dunya being worldly, and then haya being life. Okay, but if you want to be very pedantic about it, this is actually lowest. So this worldly life is the lowest life. Okay,
Mhm.
clear?
Yes.
So yes, again, we have a fragment, okay? And then dunya is actually the sifah of al-hayatu. Okay, so this worldly life. Okay,
Mm.
clear?
Clear.
So fragment is Ism Isyarah plus al. Okay,
Yeah.
if you want to make a sentence, then Ism Isyarah will be followed by no al. Okay, so
Mhm.
for example, hadha ghulamun. This boy. Okay, but
Mhm.
it's a sentence, so later we will do sentences. Okay, you add
Mhm.
is a here. So this is actually this a boy because it's tanwin,
Mhm.
right? This a boy, singular. So you add an is there. This is a boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Tilka hududullah. Okay. So tilka
Mhm.
followed by no alif lam. Okay. So that is the limits of Allah. Okay. Question. Tilka
No,
is sorry.
no, nothing,
What
nothing,
question?
nothing.
You are. Okay. Yes. Tilka is, can you give me the four properties of tilka?
So it's Rafa because of the hudu, because
Okay.
mhm. Feminine,
Mm-hmm.
singular,
Mm-hmm.
proper.
Yes. Okay. Now, so yes, this is Rafa. Not really because of hududu. We'll do that later. Okay. This is
Yeah.
a question. This is a sentence. So you will start with Rafa. But you said this is singular feminine, right?
Mhm.
Why do we use singular feminine? Hududu is singular feminine? Is hududu singular feminine?
No.
Hmm.
Hudu. Limits.
So
Limits. Limits.
it's plural by meaning.
Yeah. Plural by meaning. So
So
yes,
it's a non-human plural. We treat it grammatically.
singular feminine.
Yes, exactly. So that's why here singular feminine is used. Okay,
Yeah.
clear? But this one don't usually they match, okay? But if they don't match, it's not an issue. That's
Mhm.
a more advanced issue. Okay. So
Yeah.
yes, usually they will match also, but it's not written because that's not exactly an issue. Okay,
Alright.
clear?
Yeah. Clear.
Okay. Now we have other issues. If we want to point at a mudhaf, okay. So how do we say this journey of ours? Okay. So
Mhm.
journey of ours is safarina. Safar is journey. Ours, right? Our journey. Okay.
Mhm.
Safarina. This is an idofa, right?
Mhm.
So if we put a pointer on hadha on the front of this idofa, safarina, and we want
Mhm.
to make it a fragment, so we add al, right?
Mhm.
Hadha plus al, we want to make it a fragment, right? We want to say this journey of ours, not this is our journey. We don't want to say that, right?
Mhm.
The problem is, if you put al here, this is an idafa. What is the rule of a mudaf?
No alif lam.
Like no alif
Right.
lam,
Alif lam.
right? Yes.
Mhm.
So this al cannot be here. So if you want to point at an idafa, you cannot put
Mhm.
al because you have a big problem. Once you put al, it cannot become a mudaf.
Yes.
Okay? So if we remove the al, then
Mhm.
we get a sentence. It becomes this is our journey. Correct?
Yes.
I want to say this journey of ours, not this is our journey. I want to say this journey of ours is really fun, something like that. So this is
Mhm.
just a fragment. This is not a complete sentence. This is our journey is a complete sentence. I don't want that. I still want to say something about this. So it's a problem, right? You put al, you cannot become mudaf. You remove al, it becomes a sentence. So what happens?
Mhm.
You put the pointer after the idafa. Safarina hadha. Okay, so this one will become this journey of ours. Clear?
Yes.
So
Yes.
hadha will always be at the front when it's pointing to something, unless you have an idafa. Okay, when you have an idafa, the hadha must go after the idafa, not in front. Clear?
Yeah.
Now we have another problem. So if you want to point at the word the, how do we say this is the man? So now we want to make a sentence. Okay. The man in Arabic is ar-rajul. Okay. So if I put hadha ar-rajul, hadha plus al become sentence or become fragment?
Frag. Frag.
Yes,
Frag.
fragment.
Fragment.
Yes, not sentence. Okay. So it becomes this man, not this is the man.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the problem is that we want to make a sentence, but we can't because it becomes a fragment. Okay. So what to do? We put a pronoun that is matching to both. Okay. In between the pointer and the word with I. So we say, Hadha huwa rajul. This is the man. Okay, it's like literally is this, he is the man. Okay, but you will
Yeah.
translate as this is the man. So you put huwa here, you get to keep the there. Okay, if you don't put huwa, it becomes a fragment. Just this man. This man is what? I don't want to say this man. I want to say this is the man. Clear? Can?
Clear. Yes, inshallah.
Okay. Let's do some exercise. Tell me if they are fragments or sentences.
All right.
Next, first one. ذَلِكَ مَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Where's our where's our pointer here?
ذلك
It's followed by no al.
mata. Yeah, no al. So
So
this is a sentence.
yes, good. Next one.
Ulaika humal. Ulaika.
Humul kafaratul hajarah.
Yeah, ulaika. So ulaika is the pointer word. And humu no alif lam. So it's a sentence as well.
Yes, correct. This is a sentence. In fact, this sentence, there's a whom here because there's a the they want to keep here. Okay. So those, they are the kafarah. Okay.
Yes.
Next one. Hadha siratun mustaqimun.
Sentence.
So hadha plus no al. Good sentence. What about siratun and mustaqimun? What can you tell me about this word?
Mouse.
Good. Mausuf sifah. Next one. Ibadi haula'i.
So this one is it also like just now ke yang
Which one?
ibadi haulai.
Where's our where's our pointer?
Haulai.
Yes. Ibadi. This is one word or two words?
Ibadi. One word.
This is actually sorry?
Is it two words ke?
Where is the two words?
Ibadi. I don't really see it.
Okay. So this is actually two words. Ibadi and ya. So ibadi is the plural of abid, so slaves. And then ya is my slaves. So what fragment do we have here?
Oh, mudhaf ilaihi.
Yes, this is a mudhaf ilaihi. So when we have idafa followed by a pointer, is it a fragment or a sentence?
So idafa.
We cannot put the pointer in front right?
Yes.
And that
Yeah.
is you if you want to make a fragment or if you want to make a sentence.
This one. So this one yang badi haulai is a fragment.
Yes, this is a fragment. Okay. So it's saying these slaves of mine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If haula is in front, it becomes a sentence. These are my slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Because haula in front, no al is sentence, right?
Yeah.
So idofa plus pointer is fragment. Okay. Try
Mm-hmm.
to remember that. Good. Next one. Inna dhalika fi kitabin.
So dhalika is the pointer word.
Mm-hmm.
Um, mm, so a sentence.
Yes, it's a sentence because you don't have an al here. Good.
Yeah.
So, but we know another thing. What is inna?
Half of nasab.
So, what is dhalika?
Ism inna.
So, it must be what status?
Nasab status.
Very good. Now, what about fi and kitabin?
Fi is half of jar and kitabin is the majrur.
Good. Next one. Tilka ayatul Qur'ani.
A sentence.
Good. So, what can you tell me about the next part here? What fragment
Yeah.
do we have?
Mudhaf and mudhaf ilaihi light no alif lam. And
Mm-hmm.
then
Followed by?
that,
Yes. Good. Next one. Ulaika ashabun nari.
so this one is a sentence as well.
Good. Next one. Hadar Rasul.
Hadha Rasul. This is the messenger. This is fragment.
Yes. Hadar plus al. So this is. Can you translate the fragment for me?
This translate
Yes.
the meaning lah.
Yes.
This is the this is the messenger.
This is the messenger is a sentence. This one is a
Oh,
fragment. Just
mm,
this messenger.
this messenger.
Yes. Okay. When we say fragment, it's not a complete sentence. So you will be
Mm-hmm.
asking this messenger what, right? But
Mm-hmm.
that is a fragment. It's not a sentence. Okay. It's not a complete sentence yet. You must add
Mm-hmm.
something. This messenger what or what this messenger. Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. Hadal Qur'ana.
Fragment.
Good. Next one. Inna hadha lasahirum mubin.
Sentence.
Yes, good. Again, we have hadha is what status here?
Nasab because of the inna.
Yeah, so this is our
Ism inna.
very good. Next one. Dhalika bi annahum.
Dhalika. Sentence.
Good. What about bi annahum? Do you know anything about this?
Bi anna is half of nasab and whom is the ism bi anna.
Very good. Next one. Wa ulaika humul muflihu.
Sentence.
Good. Next one. Tilka darul akhirah.
Fragment.
Good. So tilka plus al.
Til.
Yes. And what about ad-darul akhirah tu? What's the fragment here?
Hmm. Ada. It cannot be ni kan apa? Maususifah kan?
Okay.
Because
Why?
the tamu butah.
This
Tapi
is
because that's part
feminine.
of the word. Yeah, yeah.
This is
This
feminine. Yes. And then what about ad-dar? Is it feminine?
no.
It is.
It is but
It is
because
in
tak tahu.
BASS. It
Oh,
is
is
in
it
BASS. Yes. Dar means house.
house?
Yes. Okay. So try to remember. We have two words for house. One is bait,
Al
right? Baitullah, bait. And one we have darul. So a lot of masjid have this name like Darul
Darul.
Salam.
Right.
Yes,
Mhm.
right? So dar is actually the house. Okay? A
Okay.
house. So bait is not feminine. Dar
Mhm.
is feminine. Okay?
And
So try to remember this. We can remember
mhm.
Baitullah. We can remember, I don't know, maybe at
One
your
second.
place. Okay.
Sorry, sorry.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Yes. Okay, so try to remember.
Mhm.
Do you have any dar masjid with dar in the name
Yes,
near your
yes,
place? Ah,
yes.
well, try to remember that name. Okay,
All right. Okay.
good. But yes, so this is a fragment still because tilka plus al. Next one, fi hadhihi dunya.
Fi hadhihi, so this is a fragment, and hadhihi is half of jar.
Hadhihi is half of jar or fi is half of jar?
Fi is half of jar. Hadhihi is majrur.
Yes, good. So that will make ad-dunya what status?
Jar also.
Yes, because it's a fragment. Fragment must match in the four properties. Good.
Mm.
Next one. Inna hadhihi tadhkirah.
Frag sentence.
Yes, hadhihi is what status?
Nasab.
Because of the...
Inna.
Yes, very good. Easy, inshallah.
Yes, inshallah.
Okay, so let's do a bit more exercise. Yeah, all the highlighted parts. Let's see.
Mhm.
Bihi.
So, Idofa, half of jar. Okay. Bihi is half of jar. B is half of jar. He is the majrur.
Yes, good. Kullu mu'tadin azim. Kullu first.
Kullu.
Mm.
Uh, Kullu is rafa. Uh,
Yes.
Rafa. Masculine.
Mm-hmm.
Common.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Singular.
Yes. What's the connection to mu'tadin? What fragment do we have? Kullu mu'tadin.
Kullu and mu'tadin. A light, no, alif lam, and then mu'tadin. So both are idafah.
Yes, this is mudhaf, mudhaf ilaihi. Good.
Ilahi.
What about mu'tadin and athimin?
Um, apa? Mu'tadin aslimin.
Is it idofa again?
Sifah. Maksud sifah.
Yes. Why cannot be idofa?
Because mu'tadin is not light.
Very good. It's not light. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. So even though this is jar, this is maksud sifah, not idofa. Good. Next one. Idha tutla alaihi.
Alaihi.
Hmm.
Alai. Wait, apa? Ala is half of jar.
Yes.
Alai. Ala.
Ala. Good. Mm-hmm.
And
And
he.
yes, he is, what's the rafa version of he?
Huwa.
Good. Huwa. Next one. Ayatuna. What fragment do we have here?
Um, Mudhaf and mudhaf ilaihi.
Where's the
Ay,
mudaf? Where's the mudaf ilaihi?
ayatu. And
And
then
then,
na.
very good. Ayatu, what is the number and gender?
Ayatu.
Hmm.
Uh, oh, ayatu. Uh, ayatu. So, um,
What's the status
uh,
first?
status rafa. So singular rafa.
Hmm. Are you sure singular?
Gender.
Hmm.
Is it
What about
still
gender?
ayatu?
Hmm. You're thinking gender is masculine because you
No,
don't see
feminine.
any.
Singular
Sorry?
feminine.
Hmm. It is
Hmm,
ayatu.
ayatu. Hmm.
Do you have ending combination or ending sound?
Um, Sound.
It's atun.
Atun.
Hmm.
Oh,
So it's what? What number? What gender?
so it's plural.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning.
Yes. Okay. So even though it's a short alif, not a long alif, baby alif, okay,
Uh-huh.
it's still like this. You have to think about it when you like this. Atun. It's still
Right.
atun. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Next one. Asatirul awwalina.
This is idafah. Asatiru is mudaf.
Mm-hmm.
Al-awwalina is the mudhaf ilahi.
What is the sign of the majrur?
Sign of the majrur biya niabatan anil fathah li'annahu
Anil kasrah. This is majrur.
anil
Mm-hmm.
kasrah.
Mm-hmm.
Li'annahu so jamak mudzakkar salim.
Good. Next one. Ala kulubihim.
Ala is half of jar,
Mm-hmm.
and then qulubi is the majrur.
Mm-hmm.
Then qulubi and him is mudhaf and mudhaf ilaihi.
Very good. Innahum.
Inna is half of nasab.
Mm-hmm.
Hum is ism inna.
Good. Ar-rabbihim.
Rabbihim. An is half of jar,
Mm-hmm.
and Rabbi is the majrur.
Mm-hmm.
And Rabbi and him, Rabbi is mudhaf and him is mudhaf ilaihi.
Good. Innahum we did already. Okay, here. هذا الذي.
هذا الذي so um
What do we have? هذا.
هذا is Ism Isyarah, and it's rafa.
How do you know it's Rafa?
Rafa nasab wajar,
Mm-hmm.
masculine, proper,
Mm-hmm.
singular,
Mm-hmm. Good. Sentence or fragment?
fragment.
So we say fragment because هذا plus al, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that is correct for most part of the times. Okay. So
Mm.
every rule there's an exception. Okay. So here for this one, this context, okay, this one is actually this is the one something something something. Okay.
Mhm.
So here it's not only the context can tell you whether it's actually a fragment or sentence. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yes, if by right this hada plus al should be fragment, but it's something that we have to take note. It's not always the case. It's maybe 98% of the case. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Next one. Inna.
Inna, inna, inna is half of nasab,
Mm-hmm.
and it, kitaba, but it can go far. So kitaba, oh yeah, yeah. Kitaba is ism inna.
Good. And then
Mhm.
kitaba and al-abrari.
Kitaba is mudhaf, al-abrari is mudhaf ilaihi.
Good. What about lafi illiyina?
Lafi, the lam, Islam, ta,
Yes.
tau,
Yes.
tauhid,
Tahu what?
tau,
Yes.
tauqid.
Taukid.
Okay.
Taukid. Okay,
Mhm.
taukid. Yes, that's for emphasis. And then the fi.
Fi is half of jar.
Mm-hmm.
I'lina is the apa majrur.
Yes, this is majrur. Good. Ina ending. Good. Next one. Kitabum markuum.
This is mausuf sifah.
Good. Um, this one basically the same kind of inna,
Inna half of nasab. Al
abrara,
abrar is ism inna.
la fi
Uh,
na'imin.
Lam is lam taukid also, I think. Uh,
Yes.
Fi is half of jar. Na'imin is majrur. Is yeah, the majrur.
Good. Here, alal araiki.
Ala is half of jar.
Mm-hmm.
Al-arai sampai i is the majrur, and al-arai and ki i is mudhaf ilaihi.
What's the rule of mudhaf?
No, cannot. Because uh,
Yes. What's the rule of the mudhaf again?
like no alif lam.
Yes, this one has alif lam, right?
Mhm.
So yes,
Mhm.
you first think this is your kaf of pronoun, right? Kaki, ki.
Yes, yes.
Yes, but because this is al,
Oh,
this cannot be mudhaf ilaihi. Actually, this one whole thing, aro, iki is one word.
okay.
Okay, so jar and majrur only. Good,
Yeah.
but good job. I wanted you to make that mistake, so we can learn, can point out. If you don't make that mistake, then I cannot point it out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Next one, fi wujuhihim.
Fi is harf of jar and
Hmm?
wujuhi is the majrur
Mm-hmm.
and wujuhi and him is mudaf and mudaf ilaihi.
Good. What about this one? Nadratan na'imin.
Nadratan is nadratan nadrata is
Ah. Mm-hmm.
mudaf
Yes.
and an-na'imi is mudaf ilaihi.
Yes. Last one, min rahiqim makhtumin.
Min is half of jar.
Mm-hmm.
Rohiqin is the majrur and rohiqin and makhtumin is mausul sifah.
Good. Because again, this is not light, so cannot be idafah. Good.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Uh, Now we do the I'rab of Ism Isyarah. Okay, so
Alright.
that is concept wise. Okay, you know all that already. Very good. Now, classically, okay, classically, all this ha, okay,
Mm,
is actually not part of the Ism Isyarah. Okay, all this ha that you see, this is
mhm,
ha we call tanbih. Tanbih. Okay, it's for grabbing attention. Okay, so the is the Ism Isyarah. The here is the Ism Isyarah. Ulai is the Ism Isyarah. All the black part zihi. Tani is our Ism Isyarah. Okay,
mhm,
and then for the ones that are far, okay, all the kaf that you see, okay, it's
mhm,
like basically like your pronoun. It's like your addressee. When you point out to something,
mhm,
you're pointing out something to someone, right? So who are you addressing? So in the Quran, you see dhalikum, for example. Okay, so this ka can change. Okay, can be ka, can be ki, can be kum. Okay, and
mhm,
then this is called harf hitab that we do in the Iraq. This is basically
mhm,
who you are pointing to, right? It's like
mhm,
saying, hey, you, look at that. Okay, you, that you here is that you. Okay, and
mhm,
then the lam is called lam bu'ud. This is for pointing at something far away. Okay, so that's
mhm,
why it's at the far, it's not here. It's not at the lam, it's not at the ha here. We don't say ha liza. We don't say that. Okay, this
mhm,
lam cannot come with this ha. Okay, you use ha alone, you cannot use with the lam. Okay, but you can use the and kaf without the lam. So outside of the Quran, okay, if you read
mhm,
Arabic text outside of the Quran, yes, you can see the kaf, for example. Okay, because the is the Ism Isyarah, and then ka is who you are talking to, basically. You
mhm,
don't really have to have li here. But in the Quran, most of the times we have the li. Okay, and sometimes
mhm.
it's together, it's still the lam here. The lam here is the same li, just that it's not mentioned, it's not tilika, it's tilka. Okay,
Correct.
and then in
Mhm,
the duals we don't have it, in the plurals we don't have it. Okay, so sometimes if you see outside the Quran, also don't have the li here. Okay,
mhm,
and although the dual, okay, there's a nasab and jar version, right? It's
mhm,
also still considered mabni. Okay, so
mhm,
here, this is the i'rab for the near one first. Okay.
mhm,
So the singular one, whether it's hadha or hadhihi. Okay. Ha,
mhm,
both ha is ha tanbih. Okay, grabbing attention. And
mhm,
then you don't have to remember all this. You can, this is, Ism Isyarah is not many in the Quran pun anyway. Okay. So don't have to memorize all this. Just come back here whenever you need to. Okay. Your
yeah.
the or your the is the Ism Isyarah. This part you should try to remember. Okay, the the and the that's the Ism Isyarah. The ha is ha tanbih. So that when you read classical Iraq books, right, you can see
Mhm.
why they say only the the is Ism Isyarah. Why? Because yes, it is only the the actually the Ism Isyarah. Okay,
Mhm.
so the the will be mabni ala sukun because that's the last one on the alif. And
Mhm.
the will be mabni ala kasr because that's the kasr here on the ha. Okay,
Mhm.
then you say whether it's fi mahali rafa or fi mahali nasab or fi mahali jar, depending on
Mhm.
the role. Okay, like just now we see inna hadha, so hadha is nasab because it's the ism inna, right? We see
Yeah.
fi hadha is jar because
Yeah.
it's coming after half of jar. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
for the plural, okay, haulai, so both the masculine and plural, feminine plural is the same. So ha
Mhm.
again is tanbih. Ulai part is your ism isyarah. Okay, ulai, the whole thing is your ism isyarah. It's mabni ala
Mhm.
kasar because you have a kasrah on the hamzah. And then again you say fi mahali rafa or fi mahali nasab or jar.
Mhm.
Okay, for the
Mhm.
duals, okay, ha again is our tanbih. Okay, the
Mhm.
the part is our ism isyarah. The ta part is our ism isyarah. Okay, the or ta is our ism
Mhm.
isyarah. And it's mabni alal alif. Okay, even though
Mhm.
we have a rafa version and a nasab version, we don't say it's marfu bil alif. Okay, we
Mhm.
don't say that. They say it's mabni alal alif and then fi mahali rafa, whatever it is. Okay, why is it rafa? And then the noon, they say the noon is resembling the noon that comes substituting the tanwin. What does this mean? Remember
Mhm.
Muslimun, right? And then
Yes. Mhm.
Muslimani, right?
Mhm.
That noon, okay, although we didn't do that when we do the Muslim chart, I didn't use this in Arab at all, okay? But this is
Mhm.
something that you might see in Arab books sometimes, okay? That
Mhm.
noon is the same. So it's saying that Ani, right? We have Ani here in the Rafa version. They're saying
Mhm.
that okay, sorry, I'm gonna repeat. Muslimani is marfu bil alif, right? So that
Yes.
alif is the sign of the Rafa, right?
Mhm.
And the noon is substituting the tanwin that is on the singular Rafa version. Muslimun, okay? We don't have the tanwin anymore. In the dual, the noon is substituting the tanwin in the singular version. Okay? So they are saying that this noon is like that. This noon is substituting the noon, the noon is substituting the noon that comes, uh, substituting the tanwin. Okay? So this noon
Mhm.
is substituting the tanwin that usually is in the singular. Okay? Don't have to worry so much about this. I just put this here so that we're not scared when we see an Arab books. Okay,
Mhm.
but if anytime you don't remember, obviously you can text and then I will answer your question. Okay,
All right.
can?
Yeah. Can
Same
inshallah.
thing for the nasab and jar version. Okay, so zai and tai is our Ism Isyarah. It's
Mhm.
mabni alayya. It's not mansub bilya or majrur bilya. Okay, it's
Mhm.
mabni alayya and then fi
Mhm.
mahali nasab or jar. Okay, because this
Mhm.
one cannot be rafa. It must be nasab or jar. Okay, and then
Mhm.
the same thing they say about the noon is substituting the tanwin in the singular. Okay,
Mhm. Yep.
that is for the near. The ones that are far, so dhalika and tilka. Okay, so the actual Ism Isyarah is the za for the masculine, ti with a ya for the feminine. Okay, so za and ti is our Ism Isyarah. Both are mabni ala sukun. And then you say fi mahali rafa or nasab or jar. Okay, and then this one you will always see in the Iraq book also. So the lam, we say just now, lam is lil bu'd, is to point at far away things. And the kaf
Mhm.
is our half khitab, is the half that we are addressing. So it can be ka, can be ki, can be kum, can be
Mhm.
whatever. Okay, half khitab. Khitab is from the same word as khatib. The khatib addresses the people, right? So khitab
Mhm.
is half of the addressing. Okay.
Mhm.
And then our plural, ulaika, is the same. Ulai from just now, right? So ulai is our ism isyarah. It's mabni ala kas. And it's fi mahali rafa or nasab or jar. And then the
Mhm.
kaf again is our harf khitab. Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
For the dual, same thing. The and ta here is our ism isyarah. It's mabni alal alif. Okay. Not marfu bil alif. It's mabni alal alif. Fi
Mhm.
mahali rafa. Okay. Again, same thing. The noon is replacing, substituting the tanween from the singular. Same thing. Don't have to think so much about it. And again, the
Mhm.
kaf is half hitab. Okay. And for the nasab and jar, same thing. They and tai is our ism isyarah. It's mabni ala ya, not mansub bil ya, not majrur bil ya. It's
Mhm.
mabni ala ya fi mahali nasab or jar. Okay, because we have a different rafa version, different nasab and jar version. Clear, inshallah?
Inshallah.
We don't have Irab exercise for fragments because fragments not many in the Quran, so don't have to worry so much about it. But you should try to remember at least hadha, hadhihi, the one that is used often in the Quran, dhalika, tilka, ulaika, haulai. Okay, or the ha is the near, meaning these, or these if it's plural, and then the and tilka is the that. Okay, the far one or those. Ulaika is those. Okay, this one you see a
Mhm.
lot in the Quran. Can?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. If no questions, then we end for today. Then
Mhm.
we do another topic, a new topic, another day, inshallah. Okay.
All right.
Subhanakallahumma bihamdika la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik.
Mhm.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, teacher.
No problem.